Education. It's the foundation for success. In fact, experts believe that education is the most effective long-term tool in the fight to reduce poverty. Yet for children in many countries, an education is still out of reach. This year, more than 72 million children worldwide will not attend school at all.
Most of these children who don't have an opportunity to be educated, they are highly intelligent. And it is a pity. And that's why they are so frustrated.
Although there has been an increase in school enrollment globally over the last 40 years, for many countries in Africa, this has not been the case.
Basically in Zambia we have primary education as free education, but it's just there on paper. And when you go, they would ask you to provide a uniform for the kids, and most of the parents do not have enough financial muscle to pay for those.
Another factor is that we have so many orphans. They have just nowhere to stay, to live. Like in my own school, a father dies, a mother dies, and then what do you do with that child?
Long distances to where the schools are located at also plays a big role in trying to hinder them to get access to education. Then also the poverty levels, like the children don't eat anything from home and they're hungry, and then they don't have energy to come to school, so they tend to just stay at home.
Despite a wealth of natural resources, Africa remains the poorest inhabited continent in the world. Though the economic conditions in Africa can be partly attributed to the continent's turbulent history, experts blame the continued poverty on lack of education. Today, more than 40 million children in Africa are not in school, and literacy rates among adults are low, especially for women.
Because the community is so impoverished, most of the adults that are alive have never received an education. So the value of education is not in the psyche of the community.
That's why service organizations are working to build schools and increase access to education in Africa. These organizations contend that education is the key to empowering individuals and communities to become financially independent.
We want to empower the children to become social entrepreneurs, to become agriculturists. So it's a win-win situation starting from the very, very young children, which in turn, the children go home and tell their guardian what they're doing at school, which creates a curiosity for the guardian to come and also learn a trade. So it's empowering the entire community to become self-sufficient.
Organizations like the Q Fund, operating in Zambia, are working to reduce poverty in Africa by teaching communities to protect and enhance natural resources and to develop community-based businesses.
My hope for the students at Chimoza Community School is that every child there becomes empowered with their talents, empowered with their passions, and that will create success.
Our major goal is to provide quality in education to these children, and we just want to become a big school, a good school that will contribute to the sustainable development of our nation.
With the help of organizations like these, many in Africa have regained their hope for a brighter future.
When I finish school, I want to go to college and then be someone in the future. I want to change my life, also to change my mom's life. I like to come to school because I want to be educated. Then, after completing my education, I want to become a journalist.
So we have to change their value system. You have to do a lot of psychological work with them so that they feel they are something, and it works.
Education should not be a privilege, but a basic right. And in Africa, the Q Fund is working diligently to not only educate, but empower the communities it serves.
The Q Fund envisions a world of children awake to their inherent sense of value and purpose. And when we say a world of children, we mean children in Africa, children in Asia, children in the United States. We're focused on changing the lives of children that are vulnerable and living in poverty and or have no one to nurture them. And by bringing education along with all of those beliefs and feelings and thoughts, you really do feed that child.
Established by photojournalist Shelley Q in 2000, the Q Fund was founded on the philosophy that humans are one people.
It's not about charity. By engaging ourselves and being open to what's happening in another part of the world, that's what makes us human beings. That common thread, that we're all the same, and when we come together without the differences and without the judgment and without all of the things that divide us, we will have a safe and just world.
The Q Fund collaborates with communities to build school-centered, self-sustaining environments designed to educate children while honoring diversity, cultivating creativity, and fostering respect for the earth. In addition to the schools that are already in operation, the Q Fund is working toward the development of a world-class educational facility called the Mchinchi School.
Mchinchi in Bimba means value of self. And we've created this school that is based on a sustainable infrastructure. It will have green technology. And the wonderful thing about it is it can be replicated, it can be scaled for another country. It's this environment where the children will live there, the agriculture will be taken care of by the guardians and the parents, so everyone is a partnership, so you're actually uplifting the entire community.
By educating the vulnerable children of the world, the Q Fund ultimately seeks to reduce poverty, illiteracy, overpopulation, and the spread of disease.
There is nothing more sustainable than educating a child.
Help build a school. Help build a better future. Support the Q Fund. To pledge your support, visit qfund.org or call 303-304-7498.